In the quiet rhythm of everyday life, there is a kind of companionship that often goes unnoticed. For many people, pets are more than animals sharing a home. They become part of our routines. They greet the morning with us, wait through the day, and rest quietly by our side at night. Feeding, walking, touching. When a pet responds to our voice and gently comes closer, a relationship slowly takes form. Over time, these small moments build trust and familiarity until one day we realize this bond has become irreplaceable. When asked, "How has your pet changed your life?" some people may hesitate.
So having pets make me more fun. They always became excited when I get home, and I'm also relaxed for I'll look after them, and I also enjoy those kind of small moments.
For me, a pet is not just an animal, but also one of my family members. Pets are always there for you. When I feel stressed, lonely, or tired, pets stays quietly beside me. And it can also give me a strong sense of emotional support, so it makes me feel understood even without words.
My cat makes my life more regular and less lonely. For example, she wakes me up every morning and then we will eat 3 meals a day because I won't let her go hungry. And also, when I am stressed at work, she sits on my desk and stays with me, which really helps.
As this connection deepens within our lives, its absence becomes unmistakably clear. When that familiar presence disappears, the spaces we once knew begin to feel strangely empty. Everything remains, yet something essential is missing. An empty bowl, a collar left hanging, a spot on the couch where they used to sleep. These objects become vessels of memory, holding the time we once shared. For many, the grief of losing a pet remains deeply private. Others may not notice, but for those who have experienced it, the weight is real. What changed the most after your pet was gone?
Well, I felt a bit lonely and the house felt, a bit empty because my first cat was dead, I think, on the night before when my family was about to move to a new place. And then he always waits for me in front of the door whenever my school is finished. And, it's just his accompaniment and stuff. And I remember him not because of his death, but also because his interactions with my whole family. And then I think it's 7 years ago, and right now finally got a new cat, and I don't know where he is, and I really hope that he stays healthy this time.
Cause at the last moment, I don't want my pet feel so insecure or unhappy. I just gently held her and let her feel safe. After that, I felt my home was so empty and quiet. This takes me a lot of time to take use of it. And now I had a painting of a bird on my desk, and this makes me feel like she's still there.
Saying goodbye to my pets was very quiet. I stayed with them and touched them, even though I still didn't know how to say goodbye with them. After they were gone, my room left very empty. The most different is I feel very quiet every day. And I make a lot of pictures and photos for them. So when I miss them, I will look at the photo and their video.
Memories do not fade, but they need somewhere to rest. For many, the hardest part is not only the loss itself, but not knowing how to bid farewell. And it is within this emotional space, a gentler way of saying goodbye begins to emerge. Aquamation. Unlike traditional rituals, this space is carefully designed to feel quiet, soft, and comforting. Light, water, and space are all shaped to slow down time and offer comfort. Aquamation acts not as an ending, but as a return, a continuation in another form. Here, privacy and respect are prioritized. It offers a different way of understanding farewell, not something to be feared, but another form of companionship. A farewell like this does not happen by chance. It is created by people who choose to stay close to grief and support others through it. What they offer is not merely a service, but a space where sorrow is allowed to rest. To better understand the stories behind this work, we spoke with the founder of Tales Farewell.
My name is Jason, and I'm from Tales Farewell. We are a pet aftercare service provider. We do aquamation, private farewell sessions, funerals, and also memorial keepsakes. Aquamation is actually a process that we use water and alkaline to simulate the decomposition. So it's more eco-friendly. We use 90% less energy, and there are no harmful emissions that came out of the process. And also, people can retain more ashes because of a gentle process it is. So on bulk, we would say it's very eco-friendly, but on the emotional side, it gives us comfort because it's a very gentle process for the pets as well. We try to give people comforting environment when they're facing death, because when their pet pass, they are panicking, they are sad, they just don't know what they're doing. So we try to make the environment as comfortable, as safe, as peaceful as possible when people come in and say their final farewell. Death doesn't have to be like a sad and cold things, especially when people bring in their kids who don't understand what death is as a concept. They can be like an educational section for them as well. Death is not scary. Death is what everyone will go through, but it can be also a very peaceful and calm setting. When people bring in their pets, we do some cleaning for their pets with more dignity and respect. More like a human funeral, like how you clean the body and how you present it. Pets aftercare has been a thing for so long in Asian countries. They understand what we're doing and they have the concept of how this presents. But for local clients, aftercare service for pets is relatively new in North America. But every time we come in, they see what we do, they experience it, and they just feel like it's a much needed service that no one ever talks about. Sometimes when the pet passes in the clinic, it's more clinical settings. They have shorter time to say goodbye. They don't have a nice environment to say goodbye. Although I see death every day, if I see that a pet came in with a very high age, they tend to share their stories. If we ever have received their parts from like accidents or in a younger age, I take it as a lesson to make my cats more healthy and long living. How we get in is for our finder, she doesn't want to lose the pet. But death is just unavoidable, so she doesn't want to start the relationship with pets. When she get her pets from her friend, she just do all the research about pets' health, pets' insurance. She search up pets aftercare, like a funeral. There was nothing she could find because there was no one doing it back then. So she has the idea of doing this for herself and also for the pet parents that needed this service. I was from Hong Kong, so in our culture, now it's all saturated with pet aftercare service provider. But I see that there's always a leaking in North America, not just Canada. So I always have this idea to do aftercare for pets as well. We have a license called a Certified Pet Funeral Director, but we have to use the aquamation machine. We have to take a course as well. In our store, we have 4 different packages for people to choose from. One of the biggest difference is either if they want the ashes back, we can give them a private aquamation, or if they don't want the ashes back, we have the communal package, which we will gather the ashes and scatter it in the provincial park to return them to the nature. The memorial keepsakes, we have a big variety of keepsakes that we offer, from urns and cremated jewelries to watercolor portraits, some of the crafted arts items. And we also do some keepsakes like paw prints and also nose prints, ear prints for a rabbit. Let's say people can choose what they feel like having, or some people just don't want any keepsakes, they just want the ashes back. We attend to pet related events. We try to educate more through social media. We try to showcase our stores to let them know different options to do aftercare and to do like a final farewell for their pets.
Here, the relationship between humans and their pets goes beyond caregiving. In the final moments of life, what they receive is not dismissal, but respect. Farewell is not an ending, it is a transformation from physical presence into long-lasting memories. In these moments, professional care is guided by empathy. As pets come to be seen as family, our understanding of loss begins to change. Farewell is no longer a stone-cold procedure, but an encounter with love, attachment, and remembrance. In the journey shared between humans and their pets, loss is inevitable, but how we say goodbye is something we can choose. And when love has truly existed, grief deserves to be seen, and farewell deserves to be held with care.